All right, Libra, welcome to your weekly horoscope for March 15th through the 21st. My name is Athen. All right, so another interesting week for the month of March. We have the Uranus Pluto square going exact on Monday and Tuesday, but the energies are subtle. This is a week of reflection. It's a week of integration. It's a week of thinking about and really considering the things that we've built and structured in our life thus far. Saturn, who rules the systems and structures we've built, is pretty much stationed in the sky this whole first part of the week. He's squaring up to Mercury Sunday and Monday as well. So let's start off by looking at that. Saturn recently went into your second house towards the tail end of last year. And so you guys have recently perhaps started some new structures involving your finances, involving your resources, your sense of self-worth, your values in life, the simple life, anything material or earthly based as well, second house. So whatever those things are that you've recently created some new structures with, you want to reflect, especially this week because he's stationed, he's just stopped. So reflect this week on those matters. And for the next 5 or 6 months, once he starts to gain momentum retrograde, it'll be much more about putting it into action and implementing it. But with all this Pisces energy, which I'm going to get to in the solar eclipse and everything this week, this is very important this week to take it. Just hold off a second on any major decisions here. Reflect on it, think about it, have that intuitive, guidance and understanding about these things. Right. Now that's Saturn squaring up to Mercury in that fifth house. So with Mercury there, I think you guys recently started thinking more about your self-expression, or about creative projects, anything that puts a smile on your face, basically. And so a square from Saturn is suggesting that there's an integration here. So whatever these systems and structures and things are, it's like you're integrating it into the creative projects or into your self-expression. If it's your sense of self-worth, for instance, which is very general, which might apply to a lot of you, is with Saturn in your second, you guys have been realizing the importance of stepping into that grounded approach when it comes to your self-reliance. So this new leveling up of responsibility here has to be integrated with your self-expression, has to be integrated with you. And so this is the kind of energy here. Sunday and Monday, taking it nice and slow, especially with Saturn stopped, and not making any firm decisions again. Allowing yourself to just reflect on these areas. Reflect on the second house of values, resources, sense of self-reliance, and on these creative things or passions that you have in life or your self-expression. And that's going to be the best utilization of it because you're going to learn a lot through this process. And then you'll be much more aware. If you are making decisions, you'll have a much clearer understanding and guidance as to what those decisions are, okay, or which one's more in flow for you. Monday and Tuesday, Uranus squares up to Pluto exact. It's been the ongoing transit for the past 3 years. Very powerful stuff. But again, internal. It's a time of revolution and change. I've been talking about this a lot. It's been Pluto transiting your third house and Uranus your sixth house. So you guys are going through changes of your knowledge, changes of your awareness, of your understanding about things, especially on the practical level. That's more of the third house element here. Teaching, writing, sharing, communicating, all that's going through this restructuring. And that's been squaring up to a freedom that's been trying to make its way through your day-to-day activities, your routine, your health, your diet. Whatever that freedom is, last couple weeks it was much more energetic about making change here, starting something new here, especially last week. But this week it just shifts automatically from the weekend prior to this week into this week. It's just this like really quick shift from very external to more of an internal energy. So it's a transition, but around that Monday and Tuesday time period, internalize it, think about it, reflect on these things, reflect on the routine. How are you improving? How's your health? How's all types of health, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional, right? How are you thinking? How's your thought patterns? How is that assisting you? How are you what are you learning? How are you teaching? These types of questions. That's going to help integrate this square energy around this time. Tuesday, Wednesday, Mercury goes conjunct over Neptune in your fifth house. So again, your fifth house is activated this week, your self-expression, your joy, your passion in life, but it's going with the flow. Neptune's been transiting your fifth house. You guys are learning the flow to ride the waves when it comes to these things, the passion and joys of life. And so with Mercury over there, you just want to continue to do that. It's trusting your intuition over trusting any thoughts or rational explanations of things involving that fifth house. So if you are making decisions Tuesday and Wednesday around those things, have that intuitive sort of understanding. Tap into your intuition versus the rational side of your mind, you see. But in either case, go with the flow. Ride the waves here, whether you're making decisions or not. Okay. Friday, solar eclipse in that sixth house, where we've had all this activity this month. Last week, it was Mars going over Uranus. New actions, new initiatives, new opportunities perhaps for the past couple of weeks. So here there's something spiritual going on. There's an internal reflection with it in Pisces. There's a spiritual understanding, and we're only going to know not by thinking or rationalizing about it, by feeling into it, by intuiting it, by taking that meditative time to reflect on it. So especially around Friday, reflect on just the stillness, the peace, the presence. But I think insights are going to come to you involving your self-improvement, involving your health, all these sixth house related things, your routine. And that's creating the new beginnings for the next 6 months for you guys. And it's the next lunar cycle for the next 30 days as well. So as we get closer to next week and the month starts to unfold into into April, this internal energy is going to become much more externalized. But we have to reflect now. We have to pause. We have to take some relaxation right now, especially over the next 30 days. The sun is in Pisces, so it's intuition. I know we've had a lot of Pisces energy, a lot for a while now, and it's another 30 days, but it's in a different sense. The sun is now illuminating and making known a lot of the spiritual stuff in going with the flow. Venus is in your 7th house, so enjoy your relationships this week. That was a recent shift from last week. Enjoy your relationships. Maybe actively, make sure you get enough exercise, but with friends, things like this. This weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the moon's in Pisces, so use that time to meditate, to reflect as well. If you are doing anything active, it's good to move the body and spend time, but make sure you're getting enough R&R, enough relaxation, enough presence in what you're doing, you see. All right, Libra, have a fantastic week. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.